All right, Rayniah, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today before heading out to Tampa. First of all, you graduated recently, fellow class of 2023 graduate. How did it feel to be able to kind of have that experience and walk across that stage before heading down to Tampa?
Honestly, it was amazing, and the fact that I was able to get the Order of Pegasus and sit on the stage, I thought that was, like, an exhilarating experience because, for one, I thought I was gonna sit in the crowd, but graduating itself is just a huge accomplishment for me, especially, like, just being a first generation student, and being somebody that my family could be proud of, definitely because I didn't even know if I was gonna be, like, someone who goes to college, so walking across the stage, putting in this hard 4 years for a degree, it means so much to me, and I'm very proud of myself.
Yeah, you're joining a pretty accomplished group of athletes to get the Order of Pegasus award. McKenna's done it. One of your fellow track teammates, Sydney Turner, did it last year. Alex Ward, McKenna Melville, Shannon Doherty, I believe, got it as well. How does it feel to be able to get that award? That isn't not only just the pinnacle of of UCF athletes getting it, but you just the UCF, but the most prestigious award any UCF student can get, athlete or not.
Oh, yeah, I think that the Order of Pegasus is just an exemplary award, and I love that it goes to show my athletic talents, but also the talents that I have in the classroom because, I have a little bit of smarts on the side, with my major being in criminal justice and a minor in journalism studies. I just feel like, as a student, I go above and beyond for myself, and just being on honor roll presidents, honor roll dean's list, all that, it's just very impressive to me, and I'm just glad that the Order of Pegasus is something that I have to really show that, yeah, I do work on the track and I do work in the classroom.
So speaking of your work on the track, you managed to finally PR again in the 100-meter hurdles for the first time since the Olympic trials to have the fourth fastest 100-meter hurdle time in the country. What did it mean to you to be able to get that, not only just do it in general, like run that fast for the first time in a little under 2 years, but to get into that position and have that momentum going into Tampa?
It makes me feel like I'm on top of the world because especially with you noting how long the time was between my last PR, like sometimes it can be a little overwhelming just being on the track and it's just like you feel like nothing is really showing up. But when you set such high standards for yourself, you have to understand that it might be a little bit like difficult to go back to that standard, but once you're back at it, you're pretty much unstoppable because once you pass that pinnacle that you set for yourself, you can only keep going from there. So going into conference, I'm super excited to just keep improving.
So, and then as far as the 100-meter dash goes, you ended up joining your teammate Beyonce to become one of the only a handful of UCF athletes to run a sub 11.2 100-meter dash time. So, how has it been as far as the sprinting this year? How has just the sprinting team been in general? Because I mean, we've seen Beyonce break out, we've seen Deja and Janiyah join the fray, Latasha and Kaya have been setting new records in the 400. I mean, this sprint this is a really deep sprint squad I've been seeing.
I was literally gonna say my first word was gonna be loaded. I have never been with like so many sprinters in 1 year, and honestly, I'm very glad because we all push each other, and you can see it on the track through the PRs, through the work, through just being videoed at practice. We put in so much work, and it's just such an exhilarating feeling just to have it show in the meet because you're only as good as your teammates, really.
Now, obviously, you have multiple events that you compete in. I've seen you've run in the 4x400 relay this year. You're part of the fastest 4x1 grouping so far this season, and then of course the hurdles and the dash. So, how do you juggle all of those events, or is there going to be like you're going to do maybe like a certain combination of them or just a couple of them? How do you kind of juggle that or figure that out going into conference?
I think for one, I like to mention that I do trust Coach Boone's ability to place me in whatever event that I need at that time. So for me, conference is always the 100 hurdles, and the 200. That's conference, that's period. It was very new for me to be on the 4x4 this year. I used to run it in high school. That was the first time in my collegiate career that I ran a 400, and I was very glad to be on the school record holders and to break it. So that was a new feeling. The feeling after the race was actually very horrible, but just being versatile, it makes me feel like there's nothing that I can't do, That doesn't mean I would do 800, but being able to just dally around in it, I just love having so much versatility and being able to fill in where my coach needs me.
What is the difference between the Rayniah Jones we first saw burst onto the scene in the spring of 2021 versus the one we see before us now, a college graduate and heading into conference with her fastest time yet, right under her belt, fresh under her belt?
I think the Rayniah that first popped out, she was the girl that was just having so much fun with her sport. Not saying I'm not having fun now, but she was just going out there, just trying to see how high she can go. And obviously, that was very, very high. And I think that this year, me going to conference now, the mindset has definitely switched to a new perspective. I would say more it was understanding what my motivations are and understanding what actually pushes me and what drives me on the track because you have to realize at a certain point with you having fun and stuff like that, you have to focus in and understand what's truly the goal here. And I think that's what I did. I've zeroed in and I understand like there's places I want to be. Hey, like we have the Olympic trials coming up again next year, and that's somewhere where I want to be again. So this year I'm just going all for it.
So is that kind of your motivation, or was there something deeper that you discovered about you as far as that?
That's definitely the motivation right now. There's me being a national champion. I want to do that as well with after conference, regionals, nationals coming up. I just want to see myself improve because I know that there's so much more in store. So the motivating factor for me is just seeing myself being on a platform that I know I deserve to be at.
Well, how hungry are you because this is the last year this program's going to be in the Americans. So how hungry are you to be able to kind of finish this program's time in the conference on a high note?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like we're on the farewell tour, of course. So just going out with a bang at our last conference meet, man. We've been doing so well. Every previous conference meet we've been at for the past three, I don't want to say seasons, but like for every meet that we've had, we've been the champion. So coming into this program, not knowing what it means to be a champion and doing it for the past three indoors and outdoors, it means so much to me. So to finish it off and to go into the Big 12, I know that we have to leave and we have to make our mark. Already done it, but you can only keep going. So
As ma'am, that is very true. So best of luck. I'll see you down there in Tampa.
thank you. See you there.